Good morning, beautiful people. So, I want to come to you guys this morning because this moon energy, it has been stirring up the feelings of releasing and renewal for many of us. A lot of us are being brought back to the memory of our childhood, our personality and character traits that made us. We're also seeing people for who they really are and just seeing people for people in all their different ways, from their projections to their own self realizations, how they view and see the world, realizing that people are just that, people. They come in different variations and varieties of characteristics. For me personally, I've been coming up with a lot of the ideas and thoughts of how I was as a child, how I had a quiet confidence about me that I didn't even realize. I didn't have very many friends. Probably most of the time I was a loner because I was different in the sense. I would say that I was socially awkward, but I think I just saw things differently from how other people saw things. I've always been very highly intuitive and always drawn to the cosmos. And kids usually were just kids, and I was a kid, but I was a daydreamer. My report always said daydreaming, great grades, but always daydreaming. I always had my head in the clouds, in the sky, because I knew where I came from. I knew that I was just more than flesh, blood, body, right? So that always carried me into deeper conversations that people will look like, what the hell is she talking about? Even when, like, I used to smoke a lot of weed in high school, and when we would talk, I was always the deep philosopher in the friend group, and people would be like, here she goes again. That has always been me. I like to think deep. I like deep, meaningful conversations. I look at the world from a much broader perspective. As I said, I'm highly intuitive spiritually, and all those other aspects of life. So I realized as I became an adult that I wanted to somehow just kind of be normal, right? I tried to prove myself into being a good friend to others. It was aligning and attracting the wrong people. And I realized that I haven't always been a loner, right? I attract the one or two special people. That's okay. I've always been the one to want to have a voice, be heard, and be seen. And I used to think that was something wrong, right? Until I realized that it has a platform. When I grew up, social media was the thing. I finally had a platform to be heard and seen, but then became the perfectionism, the worry about how people will view me, that people won't like my content. I had to push through just by showing up. And sometimes people didn't like it. Some people had annoying things to say or mean things to say. And then I had to realize the audience that I was called to, which I feel more comfortable on here. But then also, this was me as a kid. People were mean. I was at a point that I didn't like people only because people did not accept me for who I am. And then I had to realize sometimes it's that quiet confidence about you that people don't like. They're envious of because you're showing up in your authentic truth. You sound different, but they understand. They don't know just how to be different in their own authentic way. So you have to just let the critics be who they are. Stop allowing people to make you shrink or suck your energy from you. You're so busy helping someone else out to be their selves or whatever the case may be. They're sucking your light and your joy. So you kind of got to be careful with that. As I said, this moon is bringing up a lot of releasing of that, right? Wanting to be acceptable, wanting to help, wanting to be someone's friend, wanting to just not be yourself so that you're acceptable to other people. In short, and more renewing of who you always were. Show up as that in your quirky self, colorful hair, big hair, different hairstyle from everyone else. Stop shrinking yourself and start being yourself and who you were created to be. Just your makeup, how you always were. That is the thing that makes you you. Whether it was that people didn't like you, whether you were quirky, that's just who you are, and that's okay. People don't have to like you. You have to like you. If you're too busy shrinking yourself to meet the standard of other people or make people like you, you're not doing enough of liking yourself, appreciating yourself, and aligning yourself with people who do. And with those people who do, don't shrink yourself for them either. Because sometimes I find myself, the people who like me, give them more of what they like instead of just give them more of me and who I am, right? Because a lot of times we're just like, the algorithm, I'm looking at the data, people like this kind of content, make more of this. No, just make of who, or make more of whoever the hell you are, okay? Show up more as that and stop trying to people please your way into success. That's not how it works. Those who are drawn to you and attracted to you, they will come. When they come, it's still not just about them or about you. It's about doing the thing that brings you purpose, fulfillment, passion, and that follows prosperity. Prosperity follows after all those things. And this is why I wrote the book, Finding Your Path, the Purpose, Passion, Prosperity. I will continue to write. If you enjoy the things that I'm saying here, follow me on Substack for great quotes, for great writings, for deeper alignment, for deeper knowing and understanding about me and my deep philosophical thinking and my intuitive writing. Follow those things if you enjoy that. So I hope this helps someone the way it helps me. And if it didn't, that's okay too. But sharing, if this is what you're called to do, just do it and stop looking for the outside word for approval. As the Bible says, we live in the world. Stop trying to be of this world. Just be of the thing that you were destined to be, that you were created to be. Your genetic makeup, you're the way that you think. It's different for a reason, because we're called to different people, just like how Jesus had disciples with different perspectives. That is for a reason. It shows how we all have our own calling, our following, our own leadership. So be you. Carry that quiet confidence, not so quietly. Peace and blessings.